Hey guys, and welcome back. Sorry for the late start. I ran into some technical difficulties over here, but it's up and running now. So I'm just gonna finish setting this up real quick, and we should be good to go in a few moments. All right, let's get here. Looks like we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out over here. And I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. Nice, Jay. Just saw Jay's profits right there. Saw CT's profits right here as well. Pretty solid. So let's see. Oh, thanks, Gian. Yeah, so I was able to figure out what the how to do the weekly P&L thing right here. So I'm in profit for the week. It's just yeah, I just got knocked back from the trade today. So pretty decent. I'll fix that in a little bit. Just gonna wait for everyone to make their way in. Thanks, Gian. I didn't realize it was in there. I see a lot of people posting everything in like wrong places. So I think that's why I posted it in the wrong place too. I saw over here in introductions, like people posted their profits over here. I think I was just clicking around, accidentally put it in that other place. So let's see. We actually got some pretty decent profits here from a lot of people. Madhu over here recouped some of his losses, so he's currently up, or he's down 600 only. It's not that much. It's not that bad. Casey over here is up $100 per account. Nice for Casey. We have Kevin over here, small loss over here as well. He's down like 350. He took the V3 and the PRB, so he recouped some of his losses. We have Daniel over here, total profit of 2,450 for the day. Nice work, Daniel. Kane over here, small loss. It's all good. Kenny over here took two trades. One closed with a minor loss on some accounts, but a win on some other accounts. One full TP on all accounts. So total profit of, let's see, like well over 3,000 for the day. Nice. And he has his weekly right here too. Nice work, Kenny. Thanks for the tip on that. I didn't know you could do that. Shannon over here, total profit of 100 for the day. Nice work, Shannon. And I think that's about it. All right, guys. So it looks like a few other people here are still making their way in. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I guess the only thing for us to cover today would be the breakout V3 continuation that happened right here, and then also the PRV entry, of course. So I'll just give it a few more moments. Let's see. We have one question from Madhu. Madhu's asking, are those lower highs and higher high liquidity talking about? Let me check. So I wasn't able to draw it up here because of the I accidentally put the liquidity over here, but this is typically where I draw it up at. So price was bearish right here. I don't think there was an entry here for it though. Here, let's see. Smaller right there. Or technically, it looks like there was an entry, but it was a little too close, Medu. So there was an entry that happened right here. Technically, you would take it at this point right here, but then you try to go to the next zone up here, right? The zone here is just a little too close. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to go higher, you technically could. You could probably be a 50-50 right there for the next level. But because of the way that the market's moving, it's not really feasible because in order for us to apply that specific strategy, we would need to have like a pretty obvious like clean trend, right? So for example, if your price is coming down, if this here didn't come up super high like it did, then we could maybe have like used this right here, this lower zone. But the problem is that price kind of pushed up and then it faked out right here and it came right back down. Typically for this type of strategy, you want to see like a consistent like, let me go over here. So for this specific strategy, Madhu, we typically want to see something like this, like from London session up until New York. You want to see a smooth continuation of a trend. Like you want to see something like this, because what we're doing here is we're drawing like structure, right? We're drawing structure as price continues to come down a little lower. And basically what we're looking for here is we're looking for price to switch back in the reversal. So we want a clean trend like this, and then you want to catch price come up like this, right? So when price finally comes up like that, that's where you take your entry and you kind of just ride it up to the next level up there like that. And you're kind of expecting it to wipe out liquidity and continue climbing up higher. But today wasn't a good day because, I mean, obviously you've seen the chart. It's not a clean direction of price. If you want to test this back, like super back in January when the market was like moving smoother, like early February, like the first week, you'll see that it's really easy to catch. But for this specific, these specific market conditions, they're not as good. Realistically, this is just like the mid-market reversal. So if you remember back in the day, we used to take the mid-market reversal. We'd like wait for price to go down and we take the daily entry, right, in just one direction. And then some people would take the reversal move right after. So that's really what's happening here. It's just a reversal move. And instead of using momentum, we're using the high lows. So I mean, if it's something you guys want to look at, you guys can, but it's not really a clean entry unless like the trend is super obvious. So unless like we have a super downwards trend throughout the live session, then I'll maybe look it up and see if there's anything we can take. But for the most part, it's not as easy to apply with for say like PRB or something like that, because the PRB just comes up every day around the same time. But for this, you kind of have to be on the chart all day and then wait for it to come up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this does correct back up and hit its TP. I'll leave this alone right here. And if you guys want to follow it, feel free to follow it from now until market close. It's only 8 o'clock, so it still has a lot of time before you'd have to close out of this position, which would be between 11 o'clock and 11:30. So I'll keep looking at it. And if it does play through, I'll show you guys. But typically, you'd want to get out at the next level. This level is just too close. So I'd have to go for the next level, which was a little bit higher. But all right, guys, welcome back. Looks like the majority of you guys are here. So if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, for this mentoring session, our main focus is going to be the PRB entry, of course. We'll review that. And then we'll review the breakout V3 continuation. I don't see any other entries that came up since then. So I think those are probably going to be the only things that we'll really be looking for. There was another breakout V3 continuation here, but it happened right at the sessions. And there was also no confluence down here. So there's not an entry that we would have looked at. So, Miriam said, I thought we didn't take trades around structure. Is PRB exempt from that rule? Yeah, there's no restrictions for PRB. So PRB comes up regardless of sessions or anything that's there. It's just an entry that happens between the time of 6:30 and 7 for a breakout. For a breakout strategy, you can't have too many requirements because if you do, you're never going to have any entries, right? So for the PRB, it's just you take any entry that comes up. There's no red flag, there's no restrictions, there's no rules that really come into play. It's just an entry that comes up, you catch the breakout, that's pretty much it for that specific move type. Nice work, Rashida. Rashida just passed her third apex, so nice work to Rashida. She's now funded on 3 accounts, so big congrats to you. And hopefully I'll be on that train with you guys soon enough. Here are my profits, guys. I was able to pull up the weekly P&L. So as you guys can see, I'm pretty much up, but it's just I'm down for the day. Down for the day, up for the week. So not too bad. I'm glad I could do that because it just looks really bad when it's like all red or it's all green for like one day, right? If you can see the weekly, you'll say, okay, this guy took a loss today, but he's up for the week. And that's the key thing here. It's to look at the bigger picture and longer term aspect of your trading. So, all right, guys, other than that, let's get started with the breakout V3 continuation right here. All right, guys, so this entry was a little tricky. Now that we look back at it, I don't think it's one that I would personally take myself because the trend here still hasn't confirmed, right? The trend was going back and forth this morning. It was bearish initially when we first looked at the market, and then it kind of shifted around. It was bearish, went kind of bullish, and went back to bearish. So depending on the person who took this trade, I mean, if you guys were looking to take something really quick and right away, the trade did play through, but let's just go over the criteria. So this right here is a breakout V3 continuation because we have a sell signal followed by a red candle. The V1 confluence would be right here. So as you guys can see, we have a double wick rejection at this point. And this right here indicates that a reversal is likely to happen. So price pushes up from here. We get the reversal pattern right here and price comes back down. This breakout V3 continuation identifies that, okay, price is probably going to keep pushing from this area as well. So we have a setup right here. It's ready to go. And this here would be the entry. This is the breakout V3 continuation and it blasts right through. This is actually the original breakout V3 as well, because this is the first momentum signal that came up. So, I mean, if you guys wanted to take this as just a regular breakout, I mean, you could have taken it as well. I think the breakout to 25.25, right? Or a 30.30. I forget what it was. Let me check real quick. Nick, I just saw your weekly. I know your weekly sucks because you didn't take every single trade and you pulled out like super, super early on the other ones. But it's all good, bro. You know, hopefully you get like straight back-to-back wins. And then from that point, you'll just come right back, right? I think that's the key thing. It's the let's hope for a straight win streak for like the next week. Because if you have a straight win streak, you can bounce right back. I mean, you know, there hasn't been a time where that wasn't the case, where like sometimes we'll just have a straight win streak and you come right back. So let me find, okay, breakout V3, there we go. Actually, okay, so it's a 30.30, which is still fine. So if you took the original breakout V3, this would be the original breakout V3 because the market opened at 6:30, confirm momentum signal, following candles red. You're taking the first entry on open. So if you take this here, I mean, the breakout V3 continuation is actually a very good breakout strategy as well. So I think depending on like how you want to apply it, you know, you can either take the breakout V3 continuation or you can take that PRB. Personally, I like the PRB because I think it's a lot more simpler and it's more straightforward. And it's like I mean, I guess I kind of take that back. I haven't really tested the breakout V3 continuation recently. So now I'm kind of curious because those are two really good breakout strategies that work pretty well. I mean, I guess if you were to take this with a confluence, then I mean, we probably would just have to add that criteria to it if there's a confluence. But yeah, if anybody wants to go back and back test the breakout V3, like the regular breakout V3, not continuation, but just regular, I'm curious now. So anyways, this is the entry that came up, guys. Obviously, it's a full TP. If there's any other questions regarding this, let me know. But I'm just like, this just sparked my curiosity because I'm curious now if this has been hitting, because that's another breakout that can be taken. I don't want to revenge trade or get greedy and stuff, but I just want to look at it because if that's the case, people can have a choice between, breakout V3 or the PRV. Because the breakout V3 is a good strategy. We just stopped, I don't remember why we stopped taking it, but it's great. So like right here again, there's a V1 pattern, buy signal, and it's for a bigger TP stop loss too. So we had a buy signal right there, green candle following it. This is the entry for a breakout V3, full TP. So it's a little closer. You can see how it's a little tighter. So yeah, I mean, depending on the market conditions, I guess you can do a 25-25 for this as well, but this is from yesterday on Thursday. So two back-to-back wins right there. I'm kind of curious with Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not going to take action on this. I'm going to stick to the PRB, but I'm just kind of curious what this here would entail. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's been hitting. So there's another one right here. Another V1 pattern on Wednesday. So entry right there, 30-30. Full TP again right there. Damn. So it'd be like, all right, so when pretty much every day, let me go back to Tuesday now. I'm curious if this thing hit every single day, it's kind of like, I mean, maybe this is like where, maybe this is what I should stick to. Maybe I should stick to just breakout strategies now. Damn, this thing hit 2 on Tuesday. It's like all wins. Damn, this thing too. Okay, there. Okay, so V1 pattern right there, breakout V3 right here at 638. Damn, full TP. So this strategy actually had like all wins. I'm not gonna change it because I'm already in my game plan right now for the PRB, but maybe this is another one that we can stick into our criteria. Like we can probably take 2 entries, and then just half the contract size. So instead of taking 10 contracts, I'll do 5 for a PRB and I'll do 5 for a breakout V3. Let's not get too excited here yet, though. We haven't confirmed everything yet. Yeah, because there's going to be some days like this where there's just no entry. Or sometimes it'll happen super late. So there's no V1 pattern here, but there's a breakout V3 that comes up super, super late at like 7:47, which I mean does play out, still looks like. Yeah. So every day this week, the breakout V3 went straight to full TP. So the breakout V3 is a great strategy. As you guys can see, it still works very good. It's just yeah, I'm kind of shocked that it worked well, because if that was the case, we would have balanced out our trade. So like I wouldn't have as many losses. But then again, if you have 2 back-to-back losses, and it's gonna stack up the losses, of course, which still wouldn't make a difference because you're still doing a 1-to-1. 630 is right here. No entry. So there's a breakout V3 right here, but there's no, see, there's a confluence. So there's no V1 confluence here. This one obviously would be skipped. But this one over here would have been taken as a V1 pattern right there. This one took forever, but it did hit. Damn, so back to like straight wins from February, or from today up until February 9th, February 8th. I'm just curious now, like now when I look at these, I'm like purposely looking for a loss because I'm like, okay, what needs to be done differently here? But I mean, this would be a cool addition to the strategy, I guess. We just have to find out what time period would it be best applied at. No entry there. Nothing there. Okay, there's one right here. This happens like it's at 8 o'clock, so I think this would be too late. There just wouldn't be an entry, but it works. So another V1 pattern right there. That's pretty solid. So all wins from today up until February 8th. Now I'm just looking for a loss now because or I could even split my accounts. So you have 20 accounts. All right, Wednesday, let's see. The thing with this is that with the breakout V3, it's more straightforward. Like there's like criteria to it that you can't really screw up because you're looking for the sell signal and the red candle after it. And I think that's kind of what I like the most about this is that you can't really screw this strategy up. It's like almost impossible to screw it up because you already have the V1 pattern here. You're not waiting for it to print. It's already printed. You're looking for the sell signal that's already printed. You're just looking for a red candle after it. So you can't really screw the strategy up. It's not like the PRB you can kind of screw up because the wick rejections are slightly different when the candle closes. But for this, you're just looking for the candle color. Damn, I'm like mind blown right now. This thing works really good. Okay, so from February 7th up until February 16th, there's no losses. And if this is the case, I'm gonna have to toss this on. And I'll just half my lot size. I'll take a 6 contract instead of a full 12. Strategy is actually better than the PRB. All right, double wick rejection right there. $6.35. 30. This strategy is fucking good. Why am I sharing this with you guys? No, I'm just kidding. Somebody would figure it out eventually. The strategy was already available. Nobody's applying it, and it's already on. Like I've created a video for this strategy. I haven't seen one person apply the strategy, and it's been on the website for like it's been on for like forever. Okay, so I don't remember why we stopped applying this, but it's all right, 6:30. All right, so here's a loss. Looks like this might be the first loss. Nope, there's no V1 pattern there, so there's actually no loss there. Oh my God, this thing hits. There's another one right there. So there's another V1 pattern. I'm like purposely looking for a loss now. Like I want to see this trade lose so I can like kind of be grounded again because like the strategies, damn, this thing hits. And it has a really like the TP stop loss is better because it's wider. The 25-25 is kind of tight sometimes. Let's see, question from Rye. So Rye is asking, is a 30-30 breakout V3 the first one with the following? Yeah, exactly. Regardless of time, Ryan. Well, I mean, from our testing over here, it's pretty much regardless of time. This is actually a lot easier than the PRB. The PRB is not bad. It's just, this is like a lot easier because we have set criteria already. Is Maddie here? Maddie's not here. I gotta talk to Maddie after this. All right, looks like we have another strategy. Let's go to Friday. So 6:30 over here. I wouldn't take this. You have to look for the first momentum after. Okay, so this might be our first loss. Let's see. Nope, there's no loss because there's no V1 pattern. No breakout there. No breakout there. Okay, so here, this might be the first loss. There's a V1 pattern right here. All right, so this is the first loss. So basically, the whole month of February would be wins, except for February 2nd, which was NFP. This is NFP week, so I mean that could have been the case. But you guys can see, like, this is how I create strategies. They're super simple. I just kind of look for patterns in the market. Basically from February 2nd up until, or I guess February 16th, basically 2 weeks, 2 full weeks of straight wins for the breakout V3 continuation. So I'll have to talk to Maddie about this, but I mean, for the most part, it looks pretty smooth. This is actually a lot easier to follow than the PRB, because the PRB is a little subjective when you're looking for the, retracement, looking for the space, looking for the continuation. This is like straightforward. You're just looking for momentum. And this is how the original strategies were created. They're all based directly off momentum. So let's see, there's another one right here. There's actually no entry because I see there's no V1 pattern right there. Let's check this real quick. And we don't even need the pivots for this because we don't care about the trend. We're just following momentum directly. Oh man, this strategy is so good. I'm gonna do this on Tuesday. Okay, so there's another one right there. Because that's crazy. If you have like 14 wins and one loss, the win-loss ratio is like impeccable. It's crazy how, yeah, this strategy is good. I guess we're bringing back the breakout V3. I mean, I put this strategy together for this very reason. I don't know why I stopped applying it, but okay, so the Thursday one, that's like 15 wins now. See, this is why I get excited when I see something that works and it's super, super profitable. I just want to test every single day. Like I'll be on the charts like for hours, just testing, testing, testing. And then that's when I bring it to you guys because I'm like, oh, this thing works and it's really, really good. And we all make money on it. So here's a little insight of how I create strategies. It's very simple. I just look for a pattern. Super, super simple. All right, so let's see this over here. There's no oh, there is a V1 pattern right here. Double wick rejection. This is a buy entry. And this is pretty much how I create strategies and fine tune them. I just look for patterns and I'm like, this works. Oh, this strategy is so good. Okay, I'm gonna do this on Tuesday. I had to talk to Maddie after this. And I think I'm just gonna split my contract size. So instead of taking a 12 contract, I'm gonna take a 6. So 6 for breakout V3, 6 for PRB. And this is a good thing because if one loses and one wins, they balance each other out. If they both lose, it's like it would have been a normal loss anyways. And if I have 2 wins, then it would have been a normal win as well. So best case scenario is like, they're both wins. Or if one wins and one loses, it's break even. Or if I have one loss or 2 losses, it's just a normal loss anyways. It's like I would have taken that loss, just taking the PRB by itself. All right, so I'm pretty excited to apply this. Yeah, I'm probably going to. Rashida said this is mean camel strat. Yeah, no, definitely. Here, let's see. Let me scroll up real quick. Let me see what everybody's saying. Sorry, I just missed everybody's questions. I was too focused on back testing that I didn't read anybody's questions here. So let's see. Brian said, so the goal to back test this V3 30-30 strategy and look for loss. Well, I mean, if you guys want to back test further, I've gone back like the whole month of February. But if you guys, because you can only go back so far. I mean, I already tested it for you guys. I literally did like almost all the data that's available. Let me go back a little more. And this is how fast we can back test, right? I went on this back test for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and I pretty much back tested the entire month of February. I don't think you can really go back that far, unfortunately. So, I mean, the back test was pretty nice though. The back test showed us so much data that I only found one loss. for the entire time. So I think that doing this is very beneficial because it kind of gives you an ability to bounce back. Like for example, if you lost the PRB entry, you can still bounce back on the breakout V3. So basically, I back tested as far as we can. So I back tested up until I think February 1st, and that's as far as price goes. The farthest we can go back is January 24th or January 28th, and it only had one loss for the entire month of February, which is I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty solid. The only problem with it is that it might conflict with the PRB entry. So it might be kind of hard to look at both of the entries at the same time. So I mean, I guess we'll try to work with it, but if that's the case and it becomes too much of an issue, then we'll probably just stick to the PRB for now, or we might just stick to the breakout V3. The PRB is a good strategy, but now looking at the breakout V3 with confluence, it actually works a lot better because there's less guesswork, right? You're looking for the V1 that's already printed. It's not like it's going to disappear. It's printed already. Like you can't not see it. So the V1 will be set up already, and then the breakout V3 is set up already too. It's not like you're looking for anything that's subjective. Like you already have a buy signal. Once the signal prints, it doesn't disappear, right? You're just looking for it to print, and you're looking for the following candle. So I think this strategy is more mechanical. This is how most of my strategies are developed anyways. The PRB is based off the indicators too. I just don't tell you guys what the specific requirements are because it's so subjective. For this one, there's no guesswork. It's like, okay, I'm already looking for the entry and it comes up perfectly. And we can probably even take off the pivots for something like that. So I'll probably create a separate chart just for that. We'll just use this one right here because I don't really care too much about this reversal type strategy, or we'll just use one of these. I have another chart up here. I'll put it together. So let me scroll down real quick. Natasha said, yeah, let's try it on Tuesday. Shannon said she has an ATM setup, 30 stop loss, 60 TP reverse on target on Ninja. It's amazing on demo. Nice. Yeah, Miriam said, I agree. V3 confluence is much easier, but there's one V1 before. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I can't remember. Which one are you guys referring to, guys? Nick and Maria, when you guys were talking about the V1, which day were you guys referring to? I can pull it up. I just can't. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention when I was scanning through it. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. So let me keep going down the questions over here. Ryan's asking, would that be a continuation since there is a V3 at 6:45? Sorry, Ryan, which day was that? I like totally looked over all your questions. It has to have the confluence, so it's not just the breakout V3, but it would have to have the confluence before it. The day of the loss. Shit, I don't remember what the day of the loss was. Maybe it was like February. It was a Friday, it was a second. It was NFP day. All right, let's go back to that day. Yeah, I'm like super excited again now. Now I definitely can't wait till Tuesday because I want to apply this already. But yeah, this is easier to follow because the requirements are like set in stone. Like once they come up, they come up. You can't manipulate the strategy. Like the strategy is already set as is. All right, so the entry happened over here on February 2nd. Let me scroll up real quick. 6:45. This one right here. Let me check. I don't think there was a V1 here, was there? Or maybe there was. Not there was no V1 right here, Ryan. Because I was looking at this here. There's no V1, there's no breakout V3 because there's no V1 pattern right here. The low is right here. There's no double body, double wick. The entry happened uh yeah, the entry would have happened over here. Either way, it still would have been a loss. Yeah, exactly. The first one, that's a V1 with confluence. So like we had to use, I'm gonna add that to the criteria actually. So let me do that right now. Whoops. Let me go and do that real quick. Breakout V3. Confirm momentum signal. So the first step now is going to be confirm V1 pattern. I'll do that. So it'll be at the end requirement. Or I guess we could do it for the first one. Firm V1 pattern, double body, double wick, pop, high, low. Okay. All right. Super straightforward, super simple. Um, okay, let me scroll up. Um, Martha's asking what the TP stop loss is. It's 30-30. It's the same as what the original strategy was. And it's just the first entry that comes up. So I make it happen all throughout the day, but I mean, it usually happens before 8 o'clock because it's a breakout. So it's only like the first. Nick said, do you think we should take it regardless of the sessions? Yeah, no criteria for it. So same with it, same with any other breakout, like what I mentioned during the live session. You just got to disregard it because if you put too much emphasis on something like the sessions, then for a breakout type entry, you just might miss the entry because a lot of times price is right at the sessions. So sessions don't matter, pivots don't matter because we don't care about direction of trend. We're just looking for momentum to push in a specific direction. So it's basically like pure price action. That's kind of what we're looking for here. Pure price action, no trend. Nick is asking, was a V1 confluence always part of the breakout V3? No, it wasn't. Before it was just normally taking the breakout V3, like just without any confluences. It's just straightforward. Yeah, first step is always confirming the V1. Rashida said she's been taking the V3 since November and it's had a great win ratio. She's also been avoiding it during NFP, which makes sense. Okay, solid. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty excited to take it now. I guess you guys here are gonna have the heads up because nobody else in the group knows about it. So you guys here will be able to look for it. Um, Everyone else can be like, what the fuck? How did everybody profit? Like, you should have been in the mentoring group. So yeah, whoever is actually here will know what we're doing and hopefully we'll make some more profit off it. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna split my contract size. So I'm just gonna change my ATM to like 6. And then yeah, and I like it because so the thing with this is that basically you're either going to be able to protect your position. So for example, for the PRB, when the PRB loses, then you're not able to protect the position, right? Because it's just one position. So for this, it's cool because you're gonna have two different scenarios, and I'll put them right here too. So like breakout, daily entry, entries, breakdown. right? So like, for example, over here, so I'll do BV3 win plus PRB win. If that's the situation, then I'll make 1,500 profit per account, right? Say BV3 win plus PRB loss, break even per account. And then say, for example, BV3 loss plus PRB loss. So this actually increases our probabilities like way higher because now we have a safety net. Because in this situation, and then we'll keep testing the strategies. So like if we need to keep testing the strategies and changes need to be made, then changes will be made. But looking at this here, it's either we win both of the trades and we have profit, or we win one, lose one, and we end up at break even, which is better than a loss. Or if they both lose, then we have a loss altogether, right? So our probabilities are a lot higher taking these two versus just one, because we could have days where they're just like straight wins, like throughout it's just gonna be a bunch of wins, like straight wins, and then, well, I don't know, we'll see. There's gonna be like, we'll just have to test it out. I don't know if my math is right or if I'm doing proper probability here, but for the most part, because they're both very high win rate strategies. So for the most part, the breakout B3 is basically it's either going to be a safety net or it's going to be a helper to win the trade for us. If they both lose, then that's going to be a normal loss anyways. I would have lost this much to begin with, right? If we just took one of these strategies. And then I guess while we're taking data on these entries, like while we're pulling data, we'll be able to identify which one works better. So if the breakout B3 works better, or during certain market conditions, we'll just use that. If the PRB works better, then we'll just use a PRB. We'll just have to figure out what market does it work best in. And I mean, it's pretty solid and straightforward. The entries don't always come up around the same time because they're based off momentum versus trend and stuff. So we'll see. Nice. Cam just got funded. So nice work, Cam. He got funded. He caught a buy. It's a news price. One down, 19 to go. Perfect. Yes, another two funded members today in our group. So congrats, Cam. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, so Cam over here just passed his main account. He locked in 2,000 on his first account, 1,000 per other account. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8,000 for the day. Nice work, Cam. Total profit of equity 159,000. So nice work, Cam. Cam just got funded. So big congrats to you. And great work, guys, on documenting your trades. So guys, if you guys want to take the breakout V3 with me, feel free. If you don't, then it's completely fine, right? Just stick to the PRB. I know it's kind of difficult to take two, especially when they're happening so quickly, but I think it's gonna be beneficial for all of us, right? Because then now you'll have two different opportunities to either take the trade or break even. So. All right, guys, let's see. If there's any other questions, feel free to pop into the chat. We've been on this for a little bit here. I think we covered most of the stuff that we needed to. But yeah, I'm always going to keep making adjustments that will be beneficial for all of us, right? I think this is more beneficial because now we have a safety net. We didn't have a safety net before, so. Yeah, because this works out it works out way better because we probably could have avoided one of the losses this week. We had 2 wins. We had 3 wins and 2 losses. So we're basically at one win for the week. And that's kind of where I'm at here. So you guys can see my profits for the week so far. I made 1,000, so it's not bad. I made about like well over 20,000, which I can't complain about, right? I think I'm fine with that. So Yeah. All right, guys. Other than that, I think that might be about it. So if there's any other questions, guys, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up for the day. Yeah, exactly. And Shannon said, I'm using what you're using. Everyone's getting funded. Yeah, no, definitely. And I think at a later point, we'll just decide which one we want to focus on and then just go full lot size on one trade versus two. We'll keep taking data on it. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for this mentoring session. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here on Tuesday so that we can knock out both the breakout V3 and the PRV, and we'll see where this goes. So, all right, guys, other than that, I will see you guys back here on